Abraham, known as the father of faith, is one of the most significant figures in biblical history. His story is not just about one man's journey. It's about faith, trust, and a divine promise that changed the world forever. Today, we'll dive deep into his life, exploring his challenges, victories, and the legacy he left for future generations. Why does Abraham's story matter to us today? Because his life demonstrates that when we trust God, even when the path seems unclear, incredible things can happen. So, let's go back in time to the ancient city of Ur, where Abraham's extraordinary journey began. Our story begins in the ancient city of Ur in Mesopotamia, a bustling hub of trade, culture, and pagan worship. Abram, as he was originally called, lived here with his family. At this time, Abram was not yet a follower of the one true God. But then, the unexpected happened. God spoke to Abram with a clear and life-changing command, recorded in Genesis 12. "Leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you." Imagine the enormity of this request. Abram was 75 years old, settled in his life and surrounded by his family and possessions. Yet despite the uncertainty, Abram chose to obey. This moment marked the beginning of his journey of faith. How many of us would leave everything we know to follow a calling that doesn't come with all the details? Abram's obedience challenges us to trust in God's plans, even when they seem unclear. After leaving Ur, Abram traveled with his wife, Sarai, and his nephew, Lot. Along the way, God appeared to Abram and reaffirmed his promise. "To your offspring, I will give this land." Genesis 12:7. This promise was extraordinary, especially considering that Abram and Sarai were childless. How could they become a great nation without children? Years passed and God appeared again to Abram, sealing his covenant with an unforgettable symbol. "Look up at the sky and count the stars. If indeed you can count them, so shall your offspring be." Genesis 15:5. To solidify this promise, God changed Abram's name to Abraham, meaning father of multitudes, and Sarai to Sarah, meaning princess. This covenant wasn't just about descendants, but about a lasting relationship between God and Abraham's lineage.
God's promises may take time to unfold, but they are always fulfilled. Abraham's faith teaches us to trust in God's timing, even when it feels delayed. Faith doesn't mean life will be easy, and Abraham's journey proves that. One of his greatest tests came after Sarah gave birth to their long-awaited son, Isaac. This child was the fulfillment of God's promise, and Abraham's joy must have been immeasurable. But then God gave Abraham a command that seemed unthinkable. "Take your son, your only son, Isaac, whom you love, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering." Genesis 22:2. Abraham didn't hesitate. He took Isaac and climbed the mountain, trusting that God would provide. At the last moment, as Abraham raised the knife, an angel called out to stop him. "Do not lay a hand on the boy. Now I know that you fear God." A ram was provided as a substitute, and this event became a powerful foreshadowing of God's ultimate sacrifice, Jesus Christ. This test shows that true faith is trusting God, even when we don't understand his plans. Abraham's obedience is an example of total surrender to God's will.
Abraham's life didn't just impact his family. It shaped the course of history. From his lineage came the nation of Israel, the people chosen to bring God's message to the world. Through the line of Abraham came Jesus Christ, the Savior, fulfilling the promise that all nations on earth will be blessed through you. Genesis 12:3. Today, Abraham is honored as a patriarch in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. He is a symbol of faith, obedience, and trust in God. What is your legacy? Like Abraham, we are called to live in faith, trusting that our lives can have an eternal impact when we follow God.
Abraham's story is more than ancient history. It's a timeless reminder that faith can lead us to incredible blessings. His obedience, even in the face of uncertainty, shows us that God's plans are always greater than our own. As we reflect on Abraham's journey, let's ask ourselves, are we willing to trust God with our lives even when the path is unclear? Because like Abraham, we too can be part of a greater story, one that changes the world.